Hello again, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. Of course, don't be a doofus. And if you're watching for the first time, well, thank you for viewing. Um, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. And if you're already a subscriber, if you're a regular watcher, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. Special guest tonight. Let's just go ahead and get him out here right now. It is General Delta Django from NFAR. General. So, man, it's good to see you again. Good to see you again. You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing a little better now. I got a little rest, man. A little more balanced out.
You went underground for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I normally do it. Coming from every formation, the energy level, from getting out there in the field and soaking up that, that aura out there right now, that dark energy. It's a weight. It sits on your chest. So I got to go underground for a couple of days to even heal up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recover over.
You've been working on some things?
I've been underground right now rebuilding, like far as also with my comrade King Kendrick, trying to get him some more outlets and all that, getting that message out there, networking also with the Black Panther Party down there in Texas.
Really?
Texas, Black Panther Party Radio, also salute my comrade, and underground rebuilding, reconstruction process. That's what we're at with it, as far as also with the foundation, showing folks hands-on. That's what I was kind of upset about from a previous interview. What we're doing, we have a foundation has herders. So that's my main objective, is to get out there and cater to the people. Things like this here. So you'll see some of the homeless folks that we cater to, they don't really request food. They need things like shoes, socks, clothes, beyond shelter. So they'll send things like this here, disinfecting wipes. We got some, we got a couple of boxes of gloves, masks, things like that for the COVID-19 season and all. But that's just one half. We got another thing, a sanitizer that was asked about, Neosporin, things like that, peroxide. Those folks don't have shoes. It's like, it's reckless, so it's beyond just formation with me, also the foundation. So underground, we're also building, and actually got the chance to really go out there and really get the opportunity to meet with 3% of the AV squad.
I was going to ask about that. You, I saw the video. You and Angry Viking got together.
Yeah. Previously, they invited us out. And I was trying to get King Kendrick to link with them, because King Kendrick is up there in Kentucky. And he was there that day when they ran GMJ off. And so he was like, well, he salute Viking for taking that stance about standing up for Kentucky when GMJ made that threat about burning down the city. And he's very passionate about the Breonna case. So we were trying to link them together, but he had so much going on his end, and they're up and running, so we never got a chance to really communicate. So it was a last minute, decision making from one of my lions who suggested that. He's like, well, go ahead and show up, Delta. You should show up. So I'm watching all the signs and out here. I didn't know Pence was here. I see all the folks out there protesting. So I'm like, what is going on today? And he was down there, right across the riverside from where they were. And that's why they turned out. It didn't turn out fully how they expected because of the Pence rally that was going on at the time.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was a nice gathering. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a nice gathering, and then my lioness went out there. So just to show our respects, So I just wanted to go show respect and just feel it hands on,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go with a regime and all, but we popped up on them.
Yeah.
Popped up on them, but we were invited out. So I'm glad we did make that final decision to go ahead and.
And what's your impression of the guy, meeting him in person?
Oh man, when we first getting there, arriving, we know the energy level was kind of hostile a little bit. They was on the edge about who was who, from the NFAC and all that, because another guy had approached me about that. He was a Trump supporter. He was like, well, I hope you're not counter. I'm like, no, I'm not counter. I'm here to support solidarity. But stepping out there, the first ones I encountered was a 3%er, ex-sheriff. He was explaining it, The one guy preacher something, I forgot his name, black preacher something, but he was the first guy that held the interview when we first walked up. So they were very open, they were very, very peaceful, very peaceful, very friendly. I didn't sense no racism. I didn't sense nothing when
That
it
was
comes
my
to
next
hostility
question.
at all. Yeah, I didn't sense none of that. They were very, very friendly, inviting, and they was willing to ask questions and answer them. So that was my whole approach to go there and try to merge this thing here because our folks sitting over here, they're curious about 3%ers. And like I told them, the only intel I really got on them was coming from your base, from getting any kind of intel from 3%ers or boogaloos or whatever the case may be. It came directly from your outlet. So I honor you for that.
Uh,
You play a big role in this here.
I
You know?
just, man, I'm trying to learn myself and in the process educate other people about who people are. That's,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and also with the AV squad, it's like since the beginning, they've always been respectful. Always been respectful.
okay.
And they're willing to communicate. And like he explained to me, yeah, you got some radical folks out here in the world. That's not none of my, my thing is I'm opening my platform. I'm willing to sit with Black Americans such and such and let them have a voice. And you'll see a lot of our guys don't even do that. Even with yourself. So we don't do black supremacy. We don't do that. We're not against Back to Blue. We're not against none of that. We stand for justice, humanity, and we're here to set a new order, a new foundation. So that's also going back to Philadelphia. But we were just looking at, and a lot of folks don't understand. We supposed to sat down yesterday, but that Philadelphia situation derailed that. But yeah, that's a big issue going on in this nation. That must be addressed today. That we can't keep sweeping up under the rug.
No, no.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And, and by, when you say back the blue, you mean you support good police officers.
We support law and order. We support
Okay.
justice.
All
Like
right.
Malcolm said, I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm
The
for
truth,
justice,
no matter who
no
tells it.
matter who is for or who is against. I'm for humanity overall. So we believe in government. You know what I mean? We can't be lawless, but we got to have the right government. You know what I mean? So you can't
Yeah.
be against blacks and browns, and how you gonna govern them? So it's like we got to have the right pieces in that position of power. Uh, I spoke in defense of this one officer. I was locked up about a year ago, and he was in there up north, Panhandle area in Florida, and he spoke to me about just the lifestyle. It just went into a conversation, just the lifestyle of what he had to deal with.
Yeah.
And there was this little boy in there, and the little boy stood up about this big, and he had on a uniform. So I'm asking him, what is he here for? He said, "Oh, you wouldn't believe it." And I'm like, "What? Ran auto theft?" He's like, "Nope." Right. That's such. Nah. Killed his grandmother. Wow. Killed his grandmother? He said, yes. He said at night I take him out of cell sometimes and give him peace or whatever the case may be. I sit him down and I talk to him about life. He said, man, he don't even understand what he done. So me and him having this one-on-one conversation, white guy. I said, yeah, when he get 16, 17, you got to be there. You're his father now. Because he might, you know, end up hurting himself when reality kicks in and what he done. So you got to always be there for him. He was like, yeah, that little boy is my last hope of humanity I got. That's what he told me. His job had beaten me down mentally so bad. That's my last hope of humanity, that little boy. I done trained a couple of them, when it comes down to fitness training. Too tall, he'll tell me, Delta, you have no idea. My first call, when I had to pull over my first guy, I didn't know I was at. I didn't know the streets or nothing. I sat in the car and I had to wait for backup to come. I was just that nervous. So they're explaining from behind the badge their perception, so I
Sure.
can speak for them. I can speak for
Yeah.
the good cops that's taking the knee, And I also see those cops that's pulling them back up too. You see,
Yeah, I
we
do.
overstand. Yeah, we overstand Chris doing it. You see, we overstand. They never explain exactly why he done what he did. You see, we overstand out there in Compton, California. There's a gang in there with tattoos on. That is a gang inside the police department. Who the civilians, the people, pay taxes to. Take the service. You see, Wilmington, North Carolina, that police department who spoke records about hunting Negroes. You see, they paid taxes to them. That same police department over there in LA that spoke against Nipsey Hussle. They talking about leaked and all that. Very reckless. You see, New York. You see, Mike Brown, dead. So it's like when we talking about back to blue, when they throwing that blue line, we saying which side you stand on.
Yeah.
Which side? Because
You
it's
you
two
support
sides of everything. Yeah,
you support the good police and you don't support police brutality. I just want to
exactly. We don't. We
Yeah, I
don't.
just want to
We
make
don't.
sure that I want to make sure that everybody understands that because there's going to be people watching this that are going to be back the blue. Man, you can't be back the blue. You can support police officers that are trying to do a job, trying to make a difference, and still, two things are true at the same time. There are some bad cops, and there are some cops trying to do some good things. Both are true at the same time.
Exactly. We don't see plenty of movies like that. Training Day. When you see when they
Yeah,
even come back to Rick Ross. I mean, we already know how it is. In and out. But we're talking about today.
yeah,
My vision when it comes down to it, I'm looking at the protocol. You know, part of their training. Their training, it's a problem with their training. When it comes to their levels of degree, when it comes to life and limb. You see, I know my measurements here, what are theirs? Because we've seen so many different occasions online. You can pull it up and you'll see many Caucasian males, females attacking them, running towards aggressively, knives, machetes. They take the proper measurements and procedures to de-escalate that situation. They overstand. They overstand something here, but how? They can't see the same severity within this situation here when that young boy coming around that car. They don't see his mother there. You see,
yeah.
the guy who killed Philando didn't see that girl in the back seat. Think he didn't see that? Or in Wisconsin when he shot Buddy, you think he didn't know the children was there in the back seat crying, hollering? You see, the
Yeah,
compassion, the level. So, what I want to show to America when they're saying Black Lives Matter, this is what they're talking about: the protocols, the laws, going back to the slave catchers, the origins of militia. You see that badge, it represented that's the same meaning that Burning Cross represented. That
yeah,
represented that represented. You see that badge. So when they saw that badge, what do you think they saw? You see how they felt. So that's what's being passed down today. When it comes down to sheriff, police department, black laws, Jim Crow, jail, prison, CCA. You see, music industry. That's what I'm trying to bring forth today and show them something beyond the blue line. Protect and serve the origins of it. You see, this is why they feel that way. So we overlook before civil rights, we had to get human rights. So we're back to that point to where they don't even view us as humans. So that's what I want to really try to break down to America and really paint this picture of what they mean when the field is saying. I ain't talking about BLM and all that. I'm talking about the people when they're saying Black Lives Matter. This is what they're talking about. That mother who he gunned down. Right?
yeah,
I mean,
yes.
I understand with the leg shot and all that. I get it. But come on, man. We can't keep doing that. And we can't keep taking this one to Burger King, and these radical shooters. Somehow we know how to de-escalate that situation. When there's a gun involved, ARs, all kinds of stuff, radical shooting. This stuff, you can take them into custody, but we're talking about a pocket knife or a screwdriver, things like that. you know, cell phone, what they thought. Tamir Rice, a young boy, don't give him no opportunity, no chance. A young boy inside of Walmart, we're getting gunned down. We got to understand something. These are not police officers. These are mercenaries.
Okay.
So when we talking about the opposition, when they want to step up, you know, and say they stand in solidarity with us, you got to start speaking. Start speaking against your own kind. When I'm talking about that measurement, from they put this imprint, and I don't knock them again. I don't want to come here and make it seem like I'm trying to step on their toes. No, I'm not.
No, you're calling people out for behavior that should not be part of a police department.
I want to call a spade a spade. You know, they put the blue line first. They don't come before the U.S. military. Their job is not more dangerous than those boys over there in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and all that in the minefield. You see, what makes their job more dangerous than fire department? You see, the lives that was lost in 9/11. You see, they signed up for the job. Stop putting these folks on pedestals. You know what I mean? To a point where they're the gods of the earth today. No, they're not. You know what I mean? They're more mere men, just like the rest of us. They need to be held accountable. So we need proper law and order. That's all we're saying to these folks. So I don't come out like I tell folks. I don't speak for a particular race. We can't do that today. We got to speak the truth, whether either side like it or not. You know. So that's
we need to start looking at humankind. We need to realize we're a human race, and we're just got different skin pigments, you know.
But, you know what I mean. So
to kind of recap what you're saying, what you've been saying is that the communities of color, they see the badge, they see the officer put the badge on, and to them that automatically represents oppression to many in the Black community. Are you right? That it goes back to the slave catcher, to the
what I was saying, yes, exactly. For the community, they don't understand the origins of it, like America. Many of them don't understand the origins of that also. So that what I was trying to really paint that paint that picture from a standpoint of where how the slaves back in that time, when they saw the badges, that's what they saw. They saw the cone hats, they saw the ropes, they saw the cross lights. So all that represented the same meaning back then. So now it's like when you see that emblem up there in New York, and you see that slave catcher on a police emblem in New York, that's what that is. So that's the history being passed down that white America has been numb to. You see, they've been manipulated, like when it comes like to the swastika, the origins of the swastika, where it comes from, where Hitler got it from, Ethiopia. You see, so it's a lot of history to where white America have no idea.
Absolutely. Oh, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. There's a ton of history that white America doesn't have anything to do with it. Now, they just don't have a clue, you know.
But then again, you know, it's like we gotta be held accountable as adults from a standpoint of what we care to know. It's not about being. I'm gonna say it's not about being conscious, but it's about being curious. You see, so we can sit here, we can utilize social media to do all this other stuff, but we can't utilize this here to build ourselves. Like when it comes down to the Freedom Riders, they don't have no knowledge about the Freedom Riders or the abolitionists or follow the Gore, how we got free. We had help. You see, how we got on a slave camp. You know, how we got there. I don't want to say exactly what, because the conscious community, when it comes back to our folks, a lot of folks don't like to hold ourselves accountable when it comes back to the Moorish. You see, Moorish temples. You know, so when it comes back to the origins, you can put it up on Google. Who are those guys standing there in those box hats, chaining them up? You got forced accounts, slave narratives, Charles Smith. He said it out of his mouth. The black ones wanted to throw us overboard. That's all I be saying. So it's like I don't try to come out and speak against our folks, because our folks today, they feel like they need someone to speak for them. When they say we, us, okay, cool, no problem. You're speaking as a unit. If you say them, you say Magaland, you're saying Trump. Okay, well, who is our leader? Who is the leader? Take me to your leader. That's the mindset today. So anytime we say we, us, we speak in unit. And who is the leader today? So let's go straight to the source and let's stop speaking mythology. You see what I'm saying? Let's stop doing that. Let's go straight to the source of this. Let's stop pulling the wolves over our own eyes with this black supremacy. It doesn't exist. We can't apply ourselves and move forward as a unit. You know, we have to.
Okay.
You know, so that's my overall mindset. Yeah.
That's excellent. I'm glad we were able to do this and get this out. This coming Saturday, I'm going to have a panel of viewers. I've got 5 set up already, I believe, and I'm going to have a diverse, a cross section of people and a cross section of attitudes and mindsets. And we're going to have a conversation on a Zoom like this. And I think Darren has been working with you, hadn't he? Has Darren?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to Darren and see if he'll be part of the panel, and and see if he'll talk. And what we're going to try to do with this panel is just get people beginning to understand that we've got a lot more in common than we do the things that separate us.
Yeah, we do. We do.
And we got a long way to go, but America needs to hear that message over and over again. We've got a lot more in common than we got the things that separate us. And it's time to start sitting down and talking to each other instead of fearing each other and hating each other without knowing each other.
Yeah, we have to. They got to go back to the origins of it. Like I tell folks, when it comes down to reparations, honest Abe, he gave it away, but he gave it back to the slave owners. You know, he gave over 50 million. You know, the land, he gave it, they got it back. These Indian reservations, you know, there are a lot of folks who sit here and say what we're not titled to. But then ain't they getting it? The natives getting it? The Jews getting it? They got reparations. You see, but why? Accounts? We can sit here and look at the history of America and it'll show you on postcards, you know, pick a nigger from Indiana. You see, the history of this land will show you what's old, you know. But then again, we can go to so many different levels from a simple point of where every invention around you, we created, we gave it. Social media, technology, we invented it. What do we grow from that? Every invention, you see, was twisted around on us. We are now what? We the celebrity, they're the CEOs. That's the mindset today. How do we accept that? This complacency mindset. That's what I'm looking at from the standpoint of where we okay with being the consumers. 3 trillion spent with the corporations of America, 35,000 rich Negroes here. You know what I mean? So it's like we got to start applying ourselves. What do we own essential? What do we own essential? We see solidarity as coming out, having a voice, standing here, hands up, don't shoot, instead of putting our dollars together, owning the gas station, owning this here, owning that, owning some land, like Black Wall Street. So they took my comment that my comment that I said on AV show about blacks not having no white friends, and they took that and they tried to clip it. But then again, what they cropped out was Black Wall Street, where they got it from. You see what I'm saying? Everything is you. You got to know who you are today. Our folks got to start standing for something. And that's what I ask for Caucasians. We don't need you out there in the field hollering BLM. If you overstand the numbers game, if you overstand that, they got the numbers game from our ancestors to give it back the same way they gave it to look Dylan Roof, Young Cannon, all of them. You see, so show solidarity, you know what I mean, in your lane. We don't need y'all out there in the field doing all that reckless stuff like Antifa. We don't need y'all out there burning down the city in Kentucky. You see? So I can speak for the field when I speak, you know, yeah.
Yeah. White people need to be doing what I'm doing, talking.
Yeah.
Talking to white people, talking to strong young black men like you.
Yeah. Going.
That's what we need to be doing. We don't need to be out burning shit. We don't need to be
No,
carrying signs.
yeah, we don't need that. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we don't need that. We need law and order in our community today, not tomorrow. It's the same thing when it comes down to the Arabs coming over there. You know what I mean? They locking up their stores, blowing them up. You know what I mean? Going across town, laying down. You know what I mean? Sleeping peaceful and comfortable. And they come back over here. You know, they closing down the shop just so you don't break in there as they're riding, but they go over here. You see, so if you're going to be over here capitalizing, you know what I mean, economically within our field, you need to start sharing that wealth. We don't want to be in here sweeping up nothing no more.
Yeah,
We don't want to,
I totally understand what you're saying. You're saying it's time for black business ownership in black communities. It's time
yes,
for black police
yeah,
officers in black communities. It's
we
time.
need that.
It's time
Yeah,
for black people to start um,
yeah,
having the abilities to to basically do as they want to do and be
yeah.
left alone. Am I
We
wrong?
need more. Yeah, we need more order and structure. Like far as those cops in Philadelphia, how long they been working that area. You know, so we need cops acquainted with that area already. You can't bring a guy in
Absolutely
here. He's
agree.
been out here in Beverly Hills his whole time. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? His first day on the force, you put him in the hood. He wouldn't ride through here on any average day.
yeah,
How you gonna have him patrol over here with a gun on his hip? You know, then you set a law so where he can get away with it. You know, so that's what we're talking about, the protocol. Things like Philando telling this man, hey, I'm licensed to carry. You see the girl in the back seat, the girl here. What possessed him to take out his firearm and look at this man as a threat? As soon as he pulled that trigger, here he go. He put the mask on. Oh my God, oh my God. What possessed you to do that?
yeah,
You see, the same with Arthur Sterling. After they pulled the trigger, now it's, oh my God, I can't believe it. We're going to stop using that excuse. That thing like stand your ground, George Zimmerman minded folks. You see, they overstand the law and they're using it to their advantage to commit evil. You see, evil, do evil, hunt us down. They're mercenaries. You got the average citizen now taking full advantage of the law with like a mob. You see, this is the type of mindset that I'm looking at. So when they saying Margaland and all that, they're saying that your enemy is now comfortable. We can't sit here and blame Trump, point the finger at Trump for your modern day tyranny, because you saw this in 2008. The hashtag came under that guy. Creepy Joe sat next to him and told you, you ain't black. He sat next to the black guy. You see, two terms. And that's when the hashtag came about. You know, so doing that whole run, things like QAnon was real. Pizzagate, we was underground watching that. You know, so it's bigger than just above ground. You know, the real war is underground with these children, good versus evil. You know, so that's what I tell these folks. We don't come out here, we don't speak for a race. We don't speak for a race. We speak for humanity. And when, like my comrade Kendrick said, it's not the university, it's the universe who groomed us. It's a big difference here. You know, so this is our modern day revolution. This is our modern day movement, and this is how we conducting it. Like our ancestors before say, don't do what we've done. You see, so we can't do that. That same strategy. We need a new blueprint. You see, we need a new blueprint today, not tomorrow. We got to revamp it. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Also, we got to salute the Great Awakening. White folks are now cleansing their own race. That's what's going on. Black folks now cleansing their own race, holding ourselves accountable to the illusion of black supremacy that was also created. You see, because blacks also helped them put us in this condition here. You see, you got Spaniards on there also. Don't forget about them. Don't forget about the Arabs. Why are they over there knocking off the noses of our ancestors? Why they have rights over the pyramids and the tombs and all that? You see, why are they over there colonizing Africa? You know what I mean? Taking our resources. This is our land. You see, so we gotta reawaken to our true selves and understand that Egypt, Kemet, whites and blacks were there together. They were there together. That's what America is. They wanted to build a new Kemet, a new society. You know, so once you understand the real order, you'll see the world for exactly what it is. So that's why a lot of things I don't take personal. I let them I let them paint a picture whatever they want to perceive. But we're out here in the fields, we're hands on. You know, so that's what really matters to me. You know, so everything else when it comes to war, we're there. You know, when it comes to foundation, we're there. When it comes to leadership, we're there. Compassion, sacrifice. It's all based on sacrifice, a sacrificial one, like what you're doing, Doofus, sacrificing your platform. You know, Viking also sacrificing his platform, myself, sacrificing my platform, my image through social media. But the game is now social media. Everything else with the regular media is fake news. So now we are the newscasters. We are the journalists. You
Yeah.
see, we are in control. We got to take power back. That's what I'm telling these folks. Know how to utilize this. I'm gonna say this platform, this tool to connect
It's a tool.
nationwide. It's a tool. That's all it is, man. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. So if I go sit over there with ADs or I come sit with you, this is a tool. You see what I'm saying? To bring more connections. You know, it's a tool to speak for my folks. You know, understand that. But then again, we're not here to try to cater to no one because this bed been burning. And
And
we ain't said it by ourselves.
and that's why
So,
you're always welcome on here,
yeah, I appreciate you.
There's no judgment, there's nothing but respect. And
Yeah,
whether we agree 100% on everything or not is irrelevant. It's utilizing the tool, it's utilizing the platform, it's getting ideas out.
yeah, yeah. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. And like you say, sparking the brain. Like one of our great men said that, spark the brain. Um, with our folks, we got to start thinking. You know, like I tell them, poverty is just a mindset. You know, you can step outside amongst this filth and all that, but then again, you step it out in the flyest gear. You got the best car. You overstand environment. You see, we were never a race of filth. You know, we were never a lazy race also. We always kept ourselves conditioned. You know, we were always welcoming to every other nationality within our community. White folks are more safer in the ghettos, in the slum, than they are in their own community. You see, we protected. We had a white family live with us for 5 years. Brenda, Chris, and Rebecca. That was our family. You see,
Yeah,
so we wasn't raised like that. I'm hands on with it. So I don't need no these social media, these social scholars, you know what I mean, to tell me how to conduct myself in the real world. You know what I mean? Or what's black, like Creepy Joe telling y'all, you ain't black. I don't need these pharaohs and these fake kings to tell me that I'm not balanced out or I ain't in honor of my ancestors because I don't sit here and speak that racist rhetoric or that ignorant talk that they want me to be uttering here on social media. But if I was to sit here on CNN and say those same words, then how would I be perceived? Thug, ignorant, gangster. You see? So
absolutely.
our own folks are now creating a narrative. They doing the same thing that white woman done to Emmett Till.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Our folks have adopted that mindset, that racist mindset amongst their own folks. You see it? That's what we become. And that's what we have to cleanse today. You see, so whites gotta cleanse their own race. Blacks
Absolutely.
gotta cleanse their own race. That's
Yeah.
Spanish gotta cleanse their own, so that's the order of the thing.
All right, man. That's a great place to end. Thank you so much for coming on here. I always appreciate it.
All honor, man. Anytime you want to sit down, man, let me know. When it come down to this foundation, like I say, King Kendrick, he got a lot going on with his podcast. Anything you need, come directly through us. And this weekend, when you get the squad in, I'll join you.
I'll have
We'll sit down and build some more.
yeah, I'll have King Kendrick back on. I'd like to talk to him about his experience on Moorish World. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Take
yeah.
care, my brother.
All honor, man. Pleasure. All honor, NFAR, man. We up. We up.
We'll see you soon. It's the American Doofus Show. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. That was General Delta Django from the NFAR, and a lot to contemplate in that 30-minute period. And we'll be next time I'm live. Of course, we'll be taking questions and talking about that. And I want to mention again, Saturday we're going to record a panel show, the first ever one here on the American Doofus Show, and I've got some incredible people that are going to be part of the panel, and I've got room for one more. If there's someone out there that hasn't already written, if you've already written and you haven't heard back, it is absolutely nothing personal. I might not have read the email yet, or probably what has happened is that there's someone with us in a similar demographic or a similar juxtaposition. So, they got there first. And hopefully, though, this won't be a one and done thing. Hopefully we'll have maybe panels monthly. I don't know, maybe it'll be a success and we'll do it weekly. Maybe the country and the world needs it right now. Again, thank you for watching. It is the American Doofus Show. You can email me at americandoofus@gmail.com. Message me on Facebook at American Doofus. And please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. And I love you all. I really seriously do. Thank you for sticking around. And again, we'll be taking questions and talking about the General Delta Django interview in the next live. And I imagine that will be Friday evening. I imagine I'll do a Friday night live to possibly get some questions for the Saturday roundtable discussion about what we can do in America to keep things peaceful and increase understanding of each other, and realize that we got so much more in common than we do that divides us. I'm looking forward to Saturday. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, enjoy the rest of the night. It is a dark world, and try to be a light, try to shine bright for somebody. And again, try to find somebody to love. If you got somebody you love, hold on to them. Hold on to them. And by all means, stay alive and don't be a doofus.